I'm just gonna tell you to have fun during this one. Alright, now let's get going. Yin's POV, after science. My second class was history. Now that I managed to organize my thoughts from yesterday, I finally noticed who's in the class with me. I first entered the class and noticed a few familiar faces. A boy who looks awfully similar to Kojiro. That must be his younger brother, Senjiro. The beautiful face, Inosuke. The weird vibes giving. I'm going to say the names because I don't give a crap anymore. And Mu. And the pretty looking Daki. Although I didn't know who the most of everyone was, I was a little familiar with Senjiro and Inosuke. When entering the class, Daki greets me, enthusiastic waving, catching my attention. In the seat in front of Daki, Enmu looks up from his phone and smiles. Yin, sit here. She beams, surprised that Daki had known my name, let alone save me a seat. I walked over to the two. I passed by Senjiro, who was silently reading, and by Inosuke, who suddenly glares up when he notices me. You! Inosuke's eyes were ablaze. He suddenly stands up with his pointer finger. Fight me. Huh? Was all I could let out. Daki quickly intervenes, giving Inosuke a look. And who do you think you are? You're just some random first year who doesn't know his place. You might be cute, but I won't go easy on you. I'll beat you up too, you hag. Inosuke yells. The bell goes off as everyone quickly takes their seats. The teacher enters, but it was an unfamiliar man. It wasn't the teacher we had yesterday. Good morning, class. The spiky white-haired man smiles, entering. A few girls begin falling in love at the sight of him. I'm sorry. What? Was Mr. Gojo here today? A student asked as the sight of the unknown teacher. No. A substitute. He filled my spot yesterday while I was out. The man chuckles. I'm Gojo Sahori. I think that's how you say it. I haven't watched that yet, but I know him. But I prefer to be called Mr. Gojo than Mr. Satoru, I think. And to take my attention, first day is... I'm sorry. Monkey D. Luffy. What an odd name. With Mr. Gojo goes off and takes attendance. Daki turns around facing me. Hi, I'm Daki. Daki introduces herself with a smile. The boy sitting in front of me is Enmu. Hey, he greets with a smile, his head slightly looking past Daki. I couldn't pinpoint what it was, but something about Enmu gave off me strange vibes. Hi. I shyly wave. I may have been a college student at heart, but socializing was never my strong skill. I'm Yen. Yen, what a pretty name. Daki compliments. Ooh, are you busy after third class? Let's hang out. I'm sure our friends would love to meet you. Sure. I'm not busy. The second those words left my mouth, I quickly stopped. Stopped herself. What? I quickly stopped herself. It's rude to decline an offer to hang out with someone, but who were her friends again? My thoughts complete together of weird, perverted, like Doma and Akaza guy. I shivered. Do you have your schedule with you? I'll find you after your third class, Daki says, whipping out her phone and takes a picture of my schedule. Thinking not much of it, I take out the paper from my backpack and hand it to Daki. She snaps a picture, grinning. Thanks. We'll pick you up after third, okay? Okay, I respond, though it seemed as if Daki wasn't going to take no as an answer if I rejected her. Yinlin, Mr. Gojo calls out, Here! And with that, attendance was all taken. Little did I know that little picture of my schedule would turn the tides to worse. Third class, cooking. After yesterday's unfortunate events upon the class, everyone was bombarding Yin with questions. Are you okay? I hope you weren't hurt too bad, a student exclaims as Yin makes her way over to the same kitchen island she was at yesterday. I heard you ate some first year's dropped food. If only I was there. We could have shared my lunch," another student exclaims. "I hope you didn't get food poisoning or something." "I'm fine," Yin smiles at everyone's concerns as she sat down on the metal stool. Beside her, Obanai gives her a look. Eating dropped food? She is insane. Muzan, who sat in the station in front of Yin's and Obanai's, glances over his left shoulder at the girl, who was trying her best to strike a conversation with Obanai, but it seemed Obanai wasn't too keen on talking to her at all. I'm going to butcher his name. Mr. Hanagazuaka enters the classroom, making everyone slowly fall silent. "All right, class, today I'm going to teach you about the different types of knives." The class falls over once hearing this. "What is up with you and knives?" Break hour. Third class was over as everyone left Hanagazuaka's cooking class. With death-like and ghostly looks, it was almost as if their souls even left their body. Was it really that boring? The students come out crawling to their out of their classes like ants. Yin leaves the class with a tired sigh, with Obanai following behind her to the exit. Once in the halls, a pair of arms wrapped around Yin's right arm as Daki's voice rang. "Yin, how was class?" It was boring. Yin stiffs a yawn. "I'm sure you won't be tired when you meet the gang." Daki grins. There was a hint of deviousness as well as a secret behind her eyes. Yin responds, letting Daki lead the way. That was when a certain Hashira's voice rang. It was Obanai. His expression was unreadable. He squints at Daki, who wore an unknowing smirk. "What do you think you're doing?" Yin glances at Daki to see her expression was. Yin couldn't tell if the question was addressed to her or Daki. "What do you think you're doing?" he asked once again, this time clearly implying that he was talking to Yin. But just as Yin opens her mouth to answer Obanai's question, Daki is the first to answer. "I'm showing her my new friend to my friend group," Daki answers with a devious smile. Is that a problem, Obanai?" Obanai's eyes darken. "Shinobu wanted me to get you. She wanted to talk to you about something." That was a complete lie, a lie that Obanai had made up. He sensed that the Kazuki were planning something involving Yin, because why else would the Kazuki of all people try to befriend a weird, annoying girl like Yin? "Oh, Shinobu," Daki tilts her head. Don't know that you were an errand dog now, Obanai." Unfazed at Daki's sharp tongue, Obanai ignores her words. Feeling that the atmosphere is only going to get worse, Yin quickly tries to calm everyone down. "Obanai, you can tell Shinobu that I can't make it," Yin awkwardly says. "She can text me. Plus, I promised Daki." "Yay!" Daki happily leaps, slightly pulling Yin out of Obanai's grasp. "Bye-bye." "Sorry, Obanai." Yin quickly apologized before she was dragged off. Obanai clicks his tongue in annoyance, watching Yin leave in the opposite direction with Daki and Enmu. He pulls out his phone and is quick to notify the other Hashira. Obanai didn't care for Yin's well-being at all. When dragged away by the two Kazukis, he couldn't care less. What happens to that dumb, annoying girl? The only thing he was concerned for what the Kazuki were planning, because was always. It comes back to haunt the Hashira, one way or another. Outside at the Kazuki hangout, Daki and Enmu led Yin to a table, somewhere secluded and far away from the usual crowd of high school students. Under a tree, there was a group of boys sitting on a bench, while others were sitting on the ground. They looked like misfits. Yin's eyes fell on none other than the only guy she knew, Muzan Kibutsuji, who was on his phone, ignoring the other boys chanting. I don't think we fortunately introduced ourselves," Daki grins, leaning the girl to the table where the Kazuki sat. "That's right," Yin nods. "I've only ever heard of some of their names being thrown around here and there." "Well, to start off, I'm Daki." The white-haired girl smirks, almost too friendly-like. The green ends of her hair catch Yin's attention as she reminded that there's another demon who also had similar type of hair. Is that? Doma's eyes sparkle at the sight of Yin. My Yin? That's Doma. Daki makes a face. He may be a weirdo, but he's a good guy. Daki lowers her voice, mummer that Yin couldn't even hear. Well, almost never actually. Yin's face goes grim at Doma comes jogging over to her to give her a hug. Before she could even refuse, he's already pulled her in. My Yin's so small, it's adorable. He purrs in her right ear. His hot breath tickles her ear, making her yelp and push him away. She actually came. Gitaru slowly looks up from his phone, and Mu takes a seat beside him, muttering over so lightly to Gio. Run into some trouble, but it's fine for now. Doma, get off of Yin. You're scaring her. Daki grabs a hold of the back of his clothes and tossing him aside like a doll. Anyways, the boy with the light green tips at the end of his hair is my brother, Gitaru. Hey. Gitaru raises a hand, greeting Yin. He squints, taking a clear look at Yin's face. If you were a guy, I would have hated you already. His hair was wavy as all of it was black, except for the ends where the tips were a lime green like his sister's. He had dark, round splotches on his face. As many would view him as ugly or disgusting, it's only made worse paired up with his horrid, crooked, snorting voice. Next to Gitaru is Kokushibo and Kayaku. Daki gestures to the two boys sitting next to each other. Kokushibo opens his eyes from his nap. As beside him, Kayaku throws a glare at Yin. Kokushibo had long, spiky black hair, as the tips were red color. He wore his hair in a ponytail. Kayaka pops open a bag of chips before turning to the side and dumping some in his mouth. He chews them absolutely obnoxiously. He had short, black, spiky hair with turquoise eyes. You can actually find him. He's straight under the hearts in the picture, if you don't know what he looks like. If you haven't read the manga, sorry, spoilers. First year, Akaza says, approaching the group. He had a towel under his neck and a basketball under his right arm. He was breathless. And that is Akaza, Daki continues. He's a basketball maniac. Akaza had even shorter hair than Kayaku, as his hair was a bright pink color. His eyes were a bright yellow color. Basketball freak, Emu corrects Daki. The guy with the piss kink. Doma holds back a laugh behind a hand, making Akaza grab him by the collar of his clothes. That's right, I almost forgot about you, Enmu. Daki rubs her temples. This is Enmu. He's easily forgotten sometimes. Hello. I don't know why I did that. Enmu waves at Yin with a sinister smile, sending chills to Yin's spine. Thank you for the brief introduction, Daki. Enmu had straight mid-length black hair, the ends of his hair positively a pink. On his back, his hair even extended slightly further, but possessed a blue. Out of the Kazuki members here, one thing was for sure. Enmu was the odd man out. The ugly duckling, you could say. Whether or not it was because of his ranking as a lower rank moon in the KNNY universe, one thing for sure was that the upper moons looked down upon him, even until now. Looking at all the people in front of her, they all looked like a bunch of freaks. Maybe I should have gone with open eye. Yin, come sit with me. Doma beams, pushing Akaza off the table and making room for the female first year. I'm all riled up after practice. I'm going to kiss your ass. Akaza's eyes blaze in anger at Doma. He stands up and jumps Doma. I'd like to see you try, piss drinker. Doma jeers, swatting Akaza away. Yin makes a face of the scene before her. Don't worry. Daki plasters a fake smile, gesturing to the side where Yin could see. For the two boys to stop fighting, Doma and Akaza don't see at this as they continued on with their fighting. They're good people, Yin, I promise. Ow, ow, ow. Doma screeches on the ground. Stop twisting my leg. Lastly, we have Muzan. Daki smiles in awe, eyes full of respect and admiration for the boy sitting in silence on his phone. He's the leader of all of us. Muzan? Yin gulps. Muzan was dressed casually compared to how he's been in the anime. He had a medium-length wavy hair, as his eyes glowed a creamy red. I should stay away from him. He looks like he'll kill me with a single look if I say the wrong thing. Daki guides Yin to the table where the two girls sat down. Besides Yin, her eyes catches sight of the bag of chips Kayako was eating. Her eyes lit up. So Yin, what do you think of? Daki is cut off by Yin, excitedly exclaiming, Are those Kitos flamin' hot? Like lame flavored? Yin eyes twinkle. I don't know what that flavor is, but yep, I'm dumb. With a mouthful of chips, Kayako just nods, not knowing how to respond to the excited girl. He quickly swallows before rudely replying, Yeah, can you not read? Where'd you get them? Yin asks, this time bringing her face much closer to Kayaku's, I've been saying it wrong, in which his eyes widen. I thought they were limited edition. Doma and Akaza's fighting slowly comes to a stop, when, with Akaza holding Doma in a headlock. Their eyes were on the excited Yin. In fact, they weren't the only ones staring at how excited she was. It was the Kazuki's and even Muzan's first time seeing anyone this excited about a common food. Over there, Kayaku makes a face, pointing to the vending machine near the cafeteria. Yin's eyes pop out. Her jaw drops. They sell those in vending machines? Of course they do, silly. Daki giggles at Yin's cute naiveness. Have you been living under a rock? Back at Yin's real home, the brand was super rare. As it tasted incredibly good, the company decided to make it a limited edition, and that was why rarity was so rare. But to think that Yin could finally try it was a dream come true. Kayaku notices Yin's mouth watering weirdly. Just go buy your own bag. Hearing this, Yin breaks away from her chip thoughts as she vigorously shakes her head. No, of course. Yin waves her hand dismissively as Kayaku's words as she opens her bag in search for money. She's weird, was the first thought that went through every Kazuki's head. Oh. A sudden, dejected voice is plastered on Yin's face. What's wrong? Enmu asks. From her left side, his eyes were still locked on his phone. Yin, it's okay to treat yourself to something once in a while. Daki assumes the dejected-looking girl. Be like me and always treat yourself. You're worried about how you look, Akaza frowns. You look fine. You're wrong, Akaza. Doma jumps in. Perfectly beautiful. Huh, of course I look fine. If anything, I don't care about how many bags I can eat, Yin explains before plastering a ghostly face. I just don't have any money. That's it? Akaza exclaims as everyone breaks into a fit of laughter. Aside from Yin, he remains depressed. Why don't you say that sooner, silly? Daki smiles, reaching to her own backpack in search of money. My Yin, I'll buy you all the bags in the vending machine, Doma exclaims, digging through his own backpack. I have a couple dollars, Gitara chuckles, placing it on the table. If it makes you happy, you can have mine, Yin. Enmu, putting down his phone and taking out his share of money. I make quite a lot from work. Don't accept anything from me, Kayaku rolls his eyes as he dumps his bag into his mouth once more. Yin's eyes lighten up stars, staring at the small pile of money in the center of the table as Daki, Akaza, Doma also put their share. Kokoshibo was asleep, and no one dared to wake him up. But this is too much. It's okay, Daki smiles. It's the least we can do for you, my Yin. Doma comes and brings his face close to the girl. Thank you, everyone, Yin smiles, although she is highly uncomfortable at Doma's closeness. She was still grateful for what he had done. I'll make it up to you all. No need to, Enmu says, going back to his phone. Consider it as our token of friendship. A gift for becoming friends with us. Are we forgetting a little someone? Akaza grins. He wasn't talking about Kokushibo, who was asleep, but about Muzan, who was silent the entire time. All eyes fell on the demon lord as Yin's eyes popped out in fear. No need. This is more than enough. I don't need any more. Yin shudders. You'll kill me. Are your standards for food that low? Muzan's eyes grow darkly in disgust. To think you'd satisfy yourself with a bunch of commonly food? How dare you bring someone of so low expensions, Daki and Mu. Muzan, I'm really sorry, but Yin's really nice. Daki is cut off by Muzan's reply. You two disgust me. Daki's face fell. Clearly affected by Muzan's words. It says attractive, and I'm like, what? That makes zero sense. But anyways, Yin sits in shock. She couldn't tell if she should be offended or thankful that Muzan wasn't going to murder her. Was he disgusted of her because of the type of food she liked? I'm sorry, Muzan. Yin awkwardly grins, trying to quickly take the money from the other Kazukis so she could quickly leave to go to the vending machine. But I'm going to be on my way now, then. Didn't I say you can leave? Muzan's eyes glower to a death glare, making Yin whelp. The Kazuki were all staring at Muzan, the first-year girl, who had a worried expression. Yin was a loss for words. Wait, why am I even so scared of him? He isn't even real. It's like he actually has powers of a demon. He's just a regular old high school 4th year. Somehow finding the courage to go against Muzan, Yin felt as if she could take the black-haired boy on. Well, why should I be listening to you anyways? Yin points a finger at Muzan, scoffing at him. A few of the Kazuki let out inaudible gasps. Their eyes were about to fall out of their sockets. You're not the boss of me, and clearly your tastes aren't up to my standards. All of the Kazuki's eyes go wide, including Kokushibo's, whose eyes open right on time to watch the drama. Muzan? Muzan, I'm sure Yin didn't mean anything. Dake gets cut off by Doma's invettering. Yeah, Muzan, my Yin was just joking, right, Yin? Doma glares over to where Yin was, but sees nothing. Yin had disappeared? Where'd she go? Daki scoffs, followed by the Kazuki's heads turning and searching for the female first year. Just then, the sound of someone running makes everyone look at the direction. Yin is storming back with a bag of chips from all the vending machines in her eyes, blazing with hatred. I runs up behind Muzan with an angry breath and stops to open up all the bag of chips. Who do you think you are? Standing right next to me, Muzan gets cut off by Yin grabbing a fistful of his hair with one mouth making his mouth open. She uses the other hand to dump the bag of chips in his throat, shutting him up on the spot. Yin releases her grip on his hair as a bell rings. The first-year girl starts off to class, chomping the remainder of her bags of chips before Muzan could even say anything. In fact, he was more preoccupied with his hands clutching his throat as he started coughing up the chips that were forced down his throat. The Kazuki nearly fainted. They were all praying and saying prayers for the poor first-year girl's fate. May Yin rest in peace.